I met a gypsy.
So the championship year that you got, just to circle back, what was different in that year? Just you finally just got the train back on the tracks in a way?
Yeah. So 98, I make a joke that I won the 250 championship. Doug Henry won the 400 championship because I was racing against him, and that was freaking brutal. So the Suzuki was on the way up, but it
And
wasn't.
then this new thing comes along
Oh
that's
my
like a
gosh.
completely different.
And he whole shots you by 6 bike lengths, and the deeper they plow the track, the more he's just. Or in all fairness to Doug, he deserved the championship that year. He rode very, very well, but it was very demoralizing to get smoked off the line every race. Anyway, so yeah, I finished second in the championship, and then I'm like, okay, this is the year I've got to do this. And I mean, I worked harder than I've ever worked for any championship. I mean, I was up in the high desert doing 2 45-minute motos or 3 30-minute motos like twice a week when it was hot in the middle of summer. I mean, I was just grinding. And anyway, I go to the first race, and my memory's a little fuzzy, but I get taken out, or I go off the track, or whatever it is, and I'm like 8th place, 9th place. I'm like, what the hell? This is the year.
Yeah,
This
I'm the
is my
guy,
year.
yeah.
This championship's already slipping away like 2 races in. Hangtown, there's Glen Helen, Hangtown, same thing, dude. Crash. I don't think I DNF'd, but I mean, it was like really bad results. And I had a good friend who was the chaplain at the time, Steve Hudson. Dude, and he's like, I said to him, Chappie, I am so done. I've been putting heart and soul into this thing since I won my last championship to come back. And I'm like, man, if this doesn't break through really soon, I'm done. I'm like, I have no more fight left in me. And he's like, well, why didn't you tell the Lord that? And I went back to my hotel room, Mount Morris, and I literally got on my face before the Lord. I said, Lord, you know that I've put my heart and soul, I've bust my butt, I've everything into this. Like, I'm serious. I'm done. Like, if I don't know what your plan is for me, but if I don't win soon, this is the last year. Anyway, long story short, I went 1-1 that weekend, and the whole championship turned around from there. It was like I was
What
in the fight.
changed?
Well, I think it was 2 aspects. I mean, one aspect is like, now it's not on my shoulders anymore. Lord, it's on your shoulders. I've done everything I can physically to prepare. Nobody's better prepared for this championship than I am. I've done everything. So now it's not on me anymore. I'm putting it on your shoulders. And I think God also allows you to go through seasons of your life where, there's resistance to what you think is the right thing, or what your plan is, or your timing is. And it's to help you grow, help you to mature, help you to refine your character and things like that. And I think he knew that I was serious. He knew that I was not kidding around. I'm like, I'm at my wit's end. There's no more fight left in me. And I think he, with a stroke of his hand, just went, okay, it's yours.
That's wild, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like you've got to let go. Like you can't hold on too tight, and you can't want something too. It's like you can't want it too much in a way, and it's like you've almost just got to like let go and be like, I've did everything that I needed to do, and it's like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like that sense of just taking this
The weight
1,000
off.
pounds and
Yep.
saying, okay, it's not on me anymore. I'm putting it on you.
Yeah. And it worked.
And it worked, man. It was work. It was a great rest of the season. Had some huge battles, man. Some massive battles with Tortelli and Lusk and Pichon. It was a very fun year.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
And Windham. Oh, that's right. There was 400 riders. Windham, Tortelli, Pichon, and Lusk. How's that?
That's right. That was a stacked year with Honda.
Oh, my gosh. Wyndham should have won that championship hands down. He whole-shotted so many races, and I'd freaking have to hunt him down.
Yeah, and that was on a pretty good 250 back then. Like, they were a really good bike.
That was amazing. Yeah, for sure. Really strong. That's probably the second most talented guy I've ever seen on a motorcycle.
Apart from Jett.
Yeah. Windham. Oh, my gosh. Natural talent. Just amazing.
Yeah, he's just such a beautiful rider.
Yeah.
Just tall, flowy, effortless.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think he didn't win more than he did then? Just coming up against the wrong dudes at the wrong time kind of thing?
I don't think he had the heart.
Mm.
I don't think he had the heart. I mean, where I lacked in talent, he
Yep.
was up here, but where he lacked in heart, I was up here.
Yep.
And I'll take heart any day.
Yeah. So you just bridge that gap.
Yeah, I mean, I
Or
just
you bridge that gap.
yeah, he had if he really wanted to win, he could have won pretty much every race he ever entered, really. But that fight, I mean, as you know, in life, if you don't have that fight, that's that grit, the real grit and the real fight,
Mm.
it'll prevent you.
I wonder what it was though, because everyone is who they are for a reason.
Sure.
Everyone got molded and shaped, and there's just
Yeah.
it's like the sands and the winds of the fucking world just
Yeah.
blow, and they end up molding you in the same way that like a canyon gets molded over
Yeah.
years or whatever, Like, wonder what it was in his life that dictated that that's the way that it played out for him.
I don't know. As you say, is it nature? Is it nurture? Is it in his DNA?
It's got to be both.
It's got to be both. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, it's like you see that over and over and over again in any sport, right? You see guys that are so talented, they just never win. They never break through. They never, they never get that success.
Mm. Well, you look at Jett, for example. Like they didn't come from money. They obviously had enough money to do racing, and there's a way that, like, even for us, we had no money, but my dad figured out a way to make it work, and he drove overnight to races, and we were drove 20 hours on a Sunday to be back at work at a Monday. Yeah, and we weren't even that good, right? So it's like there's a way to be poor and race motocross.
Sure.
You just stay real poor,
Yeah.
So like they came from that kind of family, but like think about the luck to be whatever physically gifted that kid is, and then to have an older brother that's also pretty physically gifted that is racing and doing well, and then two parents that see, not only are they willing to do the work, but they like even see it in you to start with. There's just so many things, like that kid's so lucky that he was born with the talent that he was born with, and that he was born into a family that just were able to make it happen, and then it like carries through, and he's just got the personality for it and competitive enough to where like he really wants to win, even though he's nice. Like there's just, there's so many of those little things that mold a person to make him just right to be that guy.
So you think it's luck?
Some of it's luck for sure. And I can see luck in my own life.
Yeah.
Like there's...
I don't know I don't like the word luck. I mean, it's now you're getting pretty deep and profound, right?
Let's go.
I'm not a deep and profound person.
You are though.
No,
I think.
I'm not. But I don't know. I mean, being a follower of Christ, I really feel like divine providence is in my life, right? When I say lucky, like when I look at the business that I'm in right now, I wasn't lucky. I totally believe God opened up that door and provided an avenue for me to go down. Now, it was my choice whether I go down that or not, but he provided that. That's what I believe, right?
Yeah.
But when you take maybe somebody who doesn't believe in divine providence and you say, okay, maybe the guy's lucky, like that his parents were willing to put in the effort, and he could have picked up a golf club and sucked, but they happened to have a motorcycle and he happened to ride. That's where I question, well, maybe that is lucky,
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.